Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead readings. So we're going to be looking at what the week ahead has in store for each of the signs, Aries through to Pisces. Timestamps will be in the description box below. If you're new, welcome, say hi. And if you are a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome back and thank you so much for your continued support. And as always, if you like the content, you enjoy it, let's try to get it out to as many people as possible, so you can help with that by liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing if you haven't. And thank you so much for all your wonderful support. Okay, so all that being said, I am using a new deck, the Dark Wood Tarot deck. Really wonderful cards here. I've been eyeing this deck for quite some time, and in the end I just said just do it. If you've been with me for a while, you know I have a bit of a problem when it comes to decks, when it comes to tarot decks, oracle decks. I'm always looking for new to add to the collection and to use and to get to know. So I hope you enjoy this deck as much as I do. Okay, you've got other weeklies, you've got your monthlies. I'm going to try to do a mid-monthly video as well, so stay tuned for that. And I think that's about it, unless I'm forgetting something. Watch your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs. You can cross-watch other signs as well. Okay, right, just doing timestamps here. Let's begin with Aries. Hi Aries, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, and if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro because there's information for you there. Okay, let's see what's going on for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Three of Cups. In the challenge, we have the Seven of Cups. In the outcome, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the King of Wands. So this could be your energy. It could be another fire sign you're dealing with, Aries, Leo, Sag. What you're looking at coming into the week, the Three of Cups, this could be a gathering or even a reconciliation, and that doesn't always have to be just romantic. Your challenge is you're not sure you can trust these people. You're not sure you can trust this person with the Seven of Cups. You're not sure what's real and what isn't. Therefore, it puts you in a very defensive position with the Nine of Wands. Now, this is especially true if someone has crossed you, someone has broken your heart, hurt your feelings, and now they're reaching out to you trying to make up, trying to be friends again, trying to get back to happier times, as it were. And you're just not sure you can trust this person or this group of people, because with the Three of Cups, it can be a group of people. Okay, let's get more information here, see what happened. So with the Three of Cups, we have the Moon, water sign energy. With the Seven of Cups, we have the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like there's a pattern here, there's a cycle. This person or these people just keep doing this. And with the Nine of Wands, we have the Ten of Wands, and it leaves you feeling very burdened and very confused. I'm going to pull two cards as advice, which is different than the usual format, but we'll look at them in a second. Under the King of Wands, we have the Six of Pentacles. I really feel like this could be you or this could be someone else. I really feel like someone is trying to make amends. Someone is trying to give to you what you gave to them, or do right by you, or something along those lines. And there's a pattern to their behavior. They always do this. You've seen this so many times before. You're a little bit numb to it almost. And it gets you thinking, you know what? The more I think about it, the more defensive I feel, and the more I feel like it's just too much. And it feels like it's forever going to be a burden. It's never going to get better. It's never going to get easier, because they're not making the changes that they need to make for you to then be able to trust them, for them to be able to be consistent. And this could be, like I say, it could even be with the boss, where they just keep promising you things and they just never deliver. And because you're so defensive, I feel like there has been a butting heads type situation here There has been some time where you haven't seen or spoken to this person. And now they're coming back in, but they're coming back in all nice and friendly, like nothing happened. Hey Aries, how you doing? Let's go get some coffee. Long time no see, long time no chat. Coming in out of the blue. And you're sitting there thinking, really? After what happened, that's all you got? And it puts you into overthinking mode, and it turns into the burden you were trying to drop in the first place when you put a boundary up with this person. Does that make sense? And it's just like a repeating cycle. In terms of advice, what do we have? So we have the Two of Wands and the Chariot. So in terms of advice, so when I see the Two of Wands, I sometimes hear, if you have a choice between the old and the new, go with the new. The old has played out. The old, you've seen everything you needed to. There's nothing more that it can give you. There's no way that it can change. It's done. Okay, you've seen everything that you could see. You've experienced everything that you could experience with the old situation. So you're advised to go towards the new, okay, with the Chariot, and don't look back. Just don't look back. Okay, so I feel like, Aries, you have the opportunity to break a cycle here with someone who is either a constant liar, or they just keep falling through, failing to keep their promises to you, failing to deliver what they say. I feel like you've already been working on moving on from this person, putting boundaries up and sticking to them. And I feel like even their approach coming in, trying to talk to you like nothing happened, that will tell you that it's time to put this down. Going from the 9, where it's like it's coming to a close, but we're still hesitant, we're still not sure, to the full-on 10 energy, where it's like, you know what, it's done, I want to be done with this, I'm walking away. Okay, and that's actually your advice. So if that's something you've been thinking of doing, this is confirming to you that that's the right approach when it comes to the situation. If this person or these people get it together and it comes back around in the future and it can be something different, maybe, but how about you be pleasantly surprised if that happens? In other words, don't put your life on hold hoping that someone's going to figure it out and hoping that someone's going to do better, because it's just going to be a never-ending cycle with the Moon, with the Wheel of Fortune, and the 10 of Wands. It will always end this way. It will always come to this point where you can't move past it. And you can't move past it because it's not up to you. This person is not making the changes they need to make, whether it's something within themselves, or it's something within the structure, or it's something within their approach to things. I don't know. They're just not making the changes they need to make to be able for the two of you to move past this point where you're always getting to and you're always getting stuck. Does that make sense? And so there comes a time where you just have to leave people to their own devices, and you have to leave people to deal with the consequences of their own actions, okay, to hit rock bottom, to figure it out themselves. You've done everything you could. You've tried to figure things out for this person, with this person, and it's always left you drained and burdened, and then them running off, you know, doing something different for a while, or forgetting about you, or ignoring you for a bit, okay, putting it on you, like it's your fault that they have these issues, or they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Do you know what I mean? And it's just time to move on from this. And I know it's easier said than done, trust me, but there's something better for you, okay? There's just something better for you. You're meant to move on from this with that Wheel of Fortune. Don't let this person being stuck keep you stuck. Does that make sense? So if you can detach from it, put it behind you, never look at it again, or don't even think about it, and then just focus on you. That's why you have the King of Wands here as the overall energy. Just focus on yourself, getting yourself back on track, starting to nurture yourself, okay, taking the resources, the energy you've given to this person and investing them back into you to stabilize yourself, okay, with that Six of Pentacles. There's something better coming in. There's something better coming in, okay? So Aries, that's what I have for you. I hope it helps if you're dealing with these situations. It's a tough place to be in. I know. I've been there. But when you get into this overthinking mode, and it's just such a burden, it keeps you stuck for so long, and before you know it, you've wasted years on something or someone that they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They could never do more. They could never do better. until they do what make the changes, have the realizations, the acceptance of whatever it is they need to. And at the end of the day, everyone's responsible for their own lives, their own decisions, and their own lessons, and they have to deal with their own consequences, okay? And I know you want to help. I know you want to be there for this person. I know you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. I know you want to just do everything you can to help them see what they need to see, or help them do what they need to do. But the bottom line is, that needs to be them. That needs to come from them. Okay, that is not something that you can help them with. You've done everything you could. You've gone above and beyond. Okay, so it's time to release this. Is the message that I'm seeing here, and focus on yourself. Don't turn around. Don't look back. You've got something better coming in. Believe it, because it's true, and you'll see it very quickly once you make your decision to move on from this. Okay, to release yourself from this. Okay. Okay, moving on to Taurus. Hey Taurus, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And as always, if you're skipping ahead, please be sure to also watch the intro. Okay, we'll flip over the Hermit with the Queen of Cups. Virgo energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. What's going on for Taurus? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. What they need to know, be aware of. In the situation, we have the Page of Pentacles. In the challenge, we have the Queen of Cups. Here she is, Miss America. And in the outcome, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Swords. Someone's coming in, someone's rushing in with some sort of an offer to try to make amends for something. The challenge with the Queen of Cups is forgiveness. That's why I'm saying that someone's rushing in to make amends. There was a conflict. There was something impulsive said or done that was very hurtful to you, and your challenge is to forgive. You have your free will, and you know what happened. I've got no clue. This is a general reading. You don't have to forgive anyone if you don't want to, okay? What I will say is, consider that forgiveness is more for ourselves than the other person, and I'll leave you with that. But the challenge here is forgiveness, and to open yourself up to someone again, or to open yourself to someone, period. So for those of you where there has been conflict, there has been something done in haste, in the heat of the moment, it was very hurtful, it might have been very hurtful words, it was a conflict, okay? You withdrew, and I'm seeing this person trying to come back with an apology, a gesture of goodwill, a small present, a small gift. Your challenge is, do you want to open up to them? Do you want to forgive them? Trust them again? That could also be trust. Now in the outcome, we do have the Eight of Pentacles, and I'm going to clarify, but for some of you this means you're agreeing for them to make it up to you, to give them a chance, for them to put in the work. You're agreeing to work with them to overcome whatever happened. And for others, I feel like this is just you keep your back turned. If you've already moved on from this, you're keeping your back turned, and you're continuing to focus on what you've been focusing on. If this is the flip side, where you may have done this and you're the one making the offer to a water sign, potentially, doesn't have to be, I would say be prepared to be patient and put in work, and they need to see consistency. Whatever it is, they need to see consistency, okay? So just take that for what it's worth. Okay, let's get more information here for Taurus. With the Page of Pentacles, we have the Empress, your energy. Also Libra. With the Queen of Cups, we have the Four of Wands. With the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords. I'm going to get one more to clarify. And the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I feel like there's an offer. There will be an initial rejection, or someone giving you a piece of their mind, okay, or whoever it is that was wronged, giving the aggressor, the culprit, a piece of their mind, okay? And I'm going to pull two cards as advice, because apparently we're doing that this week. I'm just following, I'm doing what I'm told, okay, by my guides. Under the Knight of Swords, we have the Strength card, Leo energy. There has been, I feel like, again, there's been a conflict. Someone's been holding back because they knew they can't rush in. They can't be impulsive about this, because you're not even going to entertain it. They've taken their time. They've put together some sort of an offer because they recognize your value and they recognize your worth. Okay? And they recognize the fact that you're doing awesome without them. All right? So if they lose you, it's them losing you, not the other way around. The challenge, do you want to bring back stability with the Four of Wands? Do you want to have harmony with this person again? Are you open to that? Can you be open to that? Can you forgive this person or situation and restore the harmony in the connection, the bond, the family, whatever this is? In the outcome with the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Three of Swords. I feel like the initial response will be no. I also heard F off. I'm just gonna put it out there because whoever it is, they got their heart broken. They're very hurt, rightfully so. But then after that is the Knight of Cups, where someone keeps trying and they're doing something more. Okay, they're going from a page to a knight. They're doing something more to prove to you that they mean what they say, to prove to you that they want to put in the work, to prove to you they have a plan that they want to see through. Okay, now it will be up to you. I do see this person as being genuine. I do see that it's not easy for them, not making excuses, but it's not easy for them to put ego aside. This is a big hit to their ego, for them to put their head down, come to you with their head in their hands, you know, I'm really, really sorry, and just open up and be completely vulnerable and kind of open themselves up to you giving them a piece of your mind. Okay, they're coming to you expecting that to happen, and they're ready to take it because they know they deserve it, and then they're ready to do whatever it is that you need them to do to make things right. Okay, and this could be going on in a friendship, this could be going in a family dynamic, doesn't have to be romantic. If this is going on at work and someone's trying to get away with not giving you what you deserve, I feel like when you you might have said, you know what, F this, I'm starting to look for another job, and you told them, just so you know, FYI, I'm looking. They're going to try to come at you with some sort of an offer. What I would say in that situation is hold your ground and ask for more. Hold your ground and hold out for more, okay? Because I feel like you're telling them what you want. They're going to come at you with an offer that is less than. Hold your ground, maintain your position. They know your worth exactly what it is you're asking, if not more. But they're trying to get away with the fact of giving you less, hoping you'll take it, right? Hold your ground. They will up their offer. They will give you what you deserve. All right, so that's for work, but not just work. Take it as it resonates. I'm reading the energy, okay? In terms of advice, what do we have? We have the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. In terms of advice, with the Eight of Swords and Seven of Cups, this is telling you to be open to entertain possibilities, okay? And I feel like they're telling you that because by all means you have your own free will. But in the situation where, because I can see there's a lot of love here, or there's a lot of happy history, okay, genuine feelings. I don't know what happened. They made someone snap and take something out on you that they shouldn't have, or take you for granted, or hurt your feelings the way they did. Ego, probably. Something else triggered them. They took it out on you. I don't know. But they're telling you this because they're telling you to entertain possibilities, to be open to negotiation, to be open to conversation, to be open to hearing them out, because they are coming through with genuine energy. Okay, so in other words, this is a situation where there is true love here, there is loyalty, there is friendship, there is respect, everything is in place. It's worth working through whatever this situation is if you wanted to do that. And they told you how, you know, hold your ground, give them a piece of your mind, you know, ask for what you deserve, and what you tell them about your expectations, tell them about your boundaries, whatever it is. But they're saying if you wanted to, if you could move past what happened and at least be open to talking about it, to work it out, to work through it, it would be worth it in the end, because there's a beautiful bond here, whether it's romantic or it's to do with a friendship or a sibling situation, or there's a beautiful bond here that is worth you entertaining the possibility of forgiving this person and at least giving them a chance to make it up to you. Does that make sense? But again, you have free will, you know your situation. It depends on what happened, because if it is a case of it was a one-time snap type thing, but other than that one time they've been treating you right, that's when it's worth it. If it's a pattern, get yourself out of there. They don't deserve a second chance. They don't deserve, I feel like you've given them 15 million second chances and they keep doing it to you. Get yourself out of there. Turn your back. No thank you. Okay? And when it comes to work, like I say, be open to negotiation. Don't take the first offer, because they're going to offer you less than what you asked for to hope you take it. Okay? Hold your ground, maintain your position, but you have to be open to negotiation to do that. Do you see what I mean? And they will up the ante. They will give you actually what it is that you deserve. Okay? So Taurus, I hope this helps you. I'm going to leave it with you. Comment down below and let me know what your situation is, and if the message helps you navigate it. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, moving on to Gemini. Gemini, what's going on for Gemini in the week ahead? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. And as always, Gemini, if you're skipping ahead, please be sure to also watch the intro. There's information for you there. What's going on for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? In the situation, we have the Six of Wands. In the challenge, we have the Star. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you're getting something that you want. It's not the full-on shebang, but you're making significant progress in the right direction. It's not the end goal yet. It's not the end result yet, which is why the Star is a challenge. It needs more work, but the bottom line is you are making some solid progress. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. There's information that's coming in. Something is revealed. I feel like if something was stuck, or if someone was holding back, or if you weren't sure what was going to happen, and your intuition was telling you to stick with it, but when you were looking at the reality of things, you were like, well, why? There's no point. Because something in your intuition is being confirmed, okay? With the Six of Wands, this is recognition, this is success. It is a temporary energy, because it's like you win the battle, but the war is still going on, right? For lack of a better metaphor. So there's still more to be done. There's still more to be achieved. There's still, more work to go into it. But for the time being, pause and enjoy this victory, right? That's the energy of the Six of Wands. The Star is a challenge, because it's like, well, it's still a long-term goal for you. You're making progress in the right direction, but it's still not here right now. Okay, the end goal, the end result is still not here. It still needs a little bit more time and more energy, more effort. But this confirmation that you're receiving, this victory that you're having, should serve you as confirmation that your intuition is correct. You have the right idea, you have the right plan, you have the right approach. And for you to keep motivating yourself to carry this burden a while longer with the Ten of Wands. It's not too far off, okay? It's just telling you you can achieve this goal, whatever the goal is for you. You're seeing confirmation of that this week, that it's possible, that it's achievable, that it's not that far off. If you wanted to pursue it, just be aware, more work, more effort, more time is needed. Okay? If you wanted to cut it off, turn your back, you could do that as well. So it's still a decision for you to make with the High Priestess here, based on this new information, right? So let's get more information here. With the Six of Wands, we have the Chariot, Cancer energy. With the Star, we have the Page of Pentacles. With the Ten of Wands, we have the Two of Cups. Very nice. Under the High Priestess, we have the Page of Swords, and the King of Cups also wanted to be seen. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, Cancer in particular with the Chariot. And I'm going to pull two cards for advice for you and see where we go. So there is victory. Six of Wands, the Chariot, victory, progress, movement that is real, is concrete. Everyone can see it. You can see it. It's not something you're imagining. It's not something you're not sure if you're making it up or not. It's real, okay? The challenge, like I say, it's still at a page level. It still needs time to grow. It still needs time to develop. It still needs work and effort and nurturing for you to develop this. But it's an attainable goal, okay? You're going from the star energy to the Page of Pentacles, which is more... it's grounded, it's down to earth, it's in this reality, okay? It's not just a dream anymore. You're seeing that it's very possible. It's turned into a goal that you can achieve with the right plan and the right attitude. Your challenge is to decide if it's worth it. If it's worth more time to you, if it's worth more effort, if it's worth more patience on your part. And this could be to do with a romantic relationship, or it could be to do with you manifesting someone, manifesting the right person for you. Manifesting the right job opportunity, a significant connection in your life, whatever kind it may be, whether it's a new one or it's turning the one you're in into what you want it to be. Does that make sense? In your advice, we have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Swords. So again, this is telling you, well, you now have a truth you didn't have before, or you now have a clarity that you didn't have before, and it's time for you to decide where you want to go from here. With the Six of Swords, what they will say, or what they are saying, is the hard part is over. So everything up to this point was the hard part. From now on, yes, there's still more work, effort, and time needed, but it's a little bit more smooth sailing. Things will come together more easily. You're achieving milestones more easily, or quicker than in the past, etc. So consider that when you're making your decision. You see things clearly now. You have a truth, a clarity you didn't have before. The hard part is over. Yes, there's more time needed, but it would be easier if you continue to pursue this. Again, make no mistake, it still needs time, it still needs effort. It's not like you can just sit back and let it happen. You still need to, engage with it and keep it going. It's going to be still some work with the Ten of Wands, right? But you can have the goal here. You can have that. You can reach that, okay? Because I'm seeing you debating, going back and forth with that Page of Swords. And you've been doing that, and that's why they're saying, well, now you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to debate. You don't have to do back and forth. You know the truth of the situation. You can just make a decision. Does that make sense? If this is to do with work or anything like that, I am seeing some sort of an offer come your way. It's a stepping stone to where you want to go to, okay? It's not going to be the end all be all, but it is a stepping stone. It's a very solid stepping stone. It's a very good starting point for you, or midway point, or whatever it is that you are on this path. And you will have that clarity that I'm in the right place at the right time. This is a good path for me to take to get to my end goal. And again, it will be your decision what you wanted to do with that. All right? There's also a new arrival in your life. You might already know this person, or it's someone brand new. But there's a new arrival in your life, and it's again, this could be like a beautiful connection for you, whether it's romantic or otherwise, but I'm seeing romance. This could be a beautiful connection for you. It could be the end all, be all with the Star card, everything you've ever hoped and dreamed a relationship should be. And it's a case of just be aware, it'll start off slow. It needs to start off slow. You need to start off as friends. Okay, so if things are moving slowly, I feel like you're starting to question it and doubt it. But the bottom line here is, in order for it to be the end all be all, you have to go through the proper steps. The connection is there. Okay, and I don't know if there's a conversation happening on some sort of a trip, or you're traveling and having this conversation, or there's just truth being spoken that gives you that clarity that, you start looking at this person differently. This could be a friend, like I say, someone you already know, and you start looking at them differently in terms of potential. There is a burden, an ending. Either you're going through a current ending, or you're releasing an ending, or they are, or whatever the case may be. There's a cycle that needs to wrap up. Hence why things are starting slow. But you could have already met the person that could be the end all be all for you. And I feel like you're suspecting this. You weren't sure before. There's a truth being spoken here that makes you sure that yes, this is, I'm seeing things the right way. Yes, this has potential. This has the potential to be what I want it to be. And then it's a case of, how do you feel about it? You know, it will take time. It will be slow to develop. How do you feel about that? All right. So I will leave that with you. I hope the messages make sense. I hope they help you. Good things take time, I heard. Okay. Moving on to Cancer. What's going on for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. What is going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? Still Cancer season, isn't it? So happy birthday. What's going on for Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. And remember to watch the intro as well, Cancer. In the situation, we have the Hermit. In the challenge, we have the Ace of Wands. In the outcome, we have the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. Either you're trying to manifest something or someone's trying to manifest something with you. I feel like it's the other way around. Because, well, you take it as it resonates, but what happened is, for some of you, I mean, this is a brand new situation. You have been in hermit mode, Cancer. You've been minding your business, focusing on yourself, doing inner work, doing healing, doing your own thing. The challenge is, out of the blue, there's an opportunity for a new beginning with someone, something that you could be very passionate about. And the outcome with the Queen of Swords, if this is a brand new person, this is just telling you, Cancer, be mindful. You might be a little jaded. You might be a little too quick to cut people out or off. And it's just telling you, give something a chance. Entertain what they're putting on that table for you before you decide what you want to do with it, okay? So if you want to say no to something or someone, just make sure that you've at least entertained it, and that's what you really want to say. Does that make sense? Now, for those of you where the Hermit talks about a period of separation, not seeing each other, not talking to each other, Virgo might be significant or involved. I also see Gemini. The challenge with the Ace of Wands, I feel like they're trying to manifest a new beginning with you. They're going to try to talk to you. They're going to try to negotiate with you. In the outcome with the Queen of Swords, I'll clarify, but you're not impressed with this person. I don't know what they did to you. They may have ghosted you. They may have just turned their back and left. I don't know what happened, but you're really not impressed with them. Okay, I also hear truth. So either they lied to you or they didn't tell you the full truth about a situation that you found out later about. I don't know. Do you see that big sword? I'm trying to keep it PG-13, which is very difficult for me to do, guys. I'm going to be honest with you because I have some mouth on me. But you're not impressed with this person. What I will say with the Queen of Swords is I feel like you will give them a chance, but you're like, one false move, I already know the truth. So I feel like you're going to test them. You're going to ask them things that you already know the answer to, see what they say. And the second they try lying to you, you're going to cut off their heads. And hopefully not, actually. But you know what I mean? You are not taking any BS. Okay, let's get more information here for Cancer. With the Hermit, we have the Six of Swords. With the Ace of Wands, we have the Four of Cups. Yeah. And with the Queen of Swords, we have the Empress. Okay, advice for you that we're going to look at in a second. Under the Magician, we have the Sun. Well, someone has had some sort of an epiphany and a realization that, oh my God, Cancer was it. We have the Empress here. Okay, the one for me. Or the best option, the best candidate, the absolute best whatever. Okay, take it as it resonates. And they're trying now to, they left, That's what happened. They left, and now they're trying to come back to make peace. They're trying to come back to explain themselves. They're trying to come back. It's very tentative because they know you're sitting in the Queen of Swords energy. They know. They know what they have coming. They know what they did. So it's like they're coming at you testing the waters. They may message you. It'll be short. It will be just to see if you, first of all, to see if they're blocked or not. Second, to see if you respond or you leave them on red, or to see what you would say, etc. Okay, they're testing things out. They're testing the waters. But they really want to talk to you, and they really want to bring clarity to the situation, to speak the truth, the full truth, nothing but the truth. I feel like that was a big deal here, because they recognize your worth. So I don't know if it's a case of they took off and they were like, oh my God, I wonder what Cancer's going to do and how they're going to feel and, you know, whatever. And they turn around, look at you, and you're like unfazed. Like on the inside, you got your heart broken. You got your feelings hurt. But on the outside, on the surface, what everyone else is seeing, you have got it going on. You got it together. It's like nothing happened. Okay? Them not giving you what you deserved, you're like, well, it was their loss, not mine. And I feel like that's something they weren't expecting. That has given them this clarity of, oh my God, hold on, Cancer's different. Cancer's doing things differently. And it's made them think, oh, was this a missed opportunity? I don't want us to be a missed opportunity. I want to go back. And they're coming back very, very shyly with some sort of a gift, some sort of a gesture. But you're thinking, if it's not that Ace of Cups, if it's not genuine, wholehearted, all in, vulnerable, whatever, don't even talk to me. So Cancer, it will be up to you to decide what you want to do. And I do feel like a lot of it will be in how this person approaches you. Because if they come in like this, right, head down, with some sort of a gift or some sort of a gesture, open heart, ask me whatever you want to ask me, I'll tell you anything you want to know. Just give me a chance, just hear me out, okay? Let's talk about this. If they come in that way, I feel like you will entertain it. And again, I feel like you will test them. You already know the answer to some of the questions you're going to be asking them. And you're going to be testing them to see if they tell you the truth. And I think that's a good approach. I think that's how you should handle this. It does look like someone is very remorseful. It does look like they genuinely feel bad, but a very honest conversation needs to happen around expectations and what they're going to do, not just what they're saying, what they're going to do about it. Okay, let's look at the advice here. So we have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups. Now, if it's a case of giving someone a second chance, the advice here is it can be healed. It can be better. Go into it cautiously, but try not to be jaded. Go into it cautiously, but try not to be looking for red flags if they're not there. Go into it cautiously with your head on your shoulders and your eyes wide open, but it's also a case of try not to just keep bringing the past back up over and over again, okay? In order for this to have a chance, it needs to be a complete fresh start. In other words, when you have this conversation with this person, you tell them everything you want to tell them. You get it all out. Okay? Put it all on the table. That's what the Magician is there for. Sun, clarity, everything's out in the open. Everything. So that once that conversation is concluded, and when and if you decide, okay, let's work on this, there is nothing more to be said. There is nothing more to be brought up again and again and again. Because it's been said, it's been acknowledged, and you can leave it behind. Does that make sense? And this is also telling you Tell them what they did. Tell them how they made you feel. Tell them how they broke your heart. Don't self-sabotage, because that will only sabotage the potential of this connection. Does that make sense? Because you'll go into it with resentment because your feelings have not been heard and acknowledged. Do you know what I mean? So Cancer, it'll be up to you what you want to do. You have quite a few major arcanas. This is a big deal type of connection. It's a type of test. You have the opportunity to do things differently than what you would have done in the past with this person or in this type of situation. And if you do have a history of sacrificing yourself and silencing how you feel just to keep the peace, that's the pattern that needs to be broken here. Put it all on the table. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be vindictive. You don't have to get angry, but express it. Get it out so that the other person can realize what they did. Okay? So then everything's out in the open. You're on equal footing, and then you can decide where you want to go from there. It can be a beautiful connection. It can be a beautiful relationship. It can be a beautiful partnership, whatever the situation is here. But you have to get everything out in the open if you wanted to. If you wanted to turn your back on this person, you can turn your back on them. That's absolutely up to you. But if you wanted to give this a chance, that's how you do it. Okay? To give it the best chance. So I'm going to leave that with you. Let me know if the messages make sense. And if they don't, you can watch your other placements. But I hope the messages help you, okay? Okay, and we're going to move on to Leo. Hey Leo, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And as always, watch the intro if you're skipping ahead, because there's some information for you there. And also watch all your placements. Okay, what's going on for Leo in the week ahead? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Are you ready for your birthday season, Leo? It's just around the corner. What's going on for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? In the situation, we have the Page of Cups. In the challenge, we have the Four of Swords. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Pentacles. Well, someone wants to work with you. Someone wants to be with you. Someone wants to collaborate. For some of you, this is someone trying to come back around. And for others of you, it's a new person. There is an offer coming in. Page of Cups, it's something, it's like a compliment, or it's something heartfelt, something like a cute, like a cute, sweet message. The challenge with the Four of Swords. The challenge with the Four of Swords is either you've been waiting for this for quite some time, and they've been taking their sweet time, and you're sat there thinking, well, do I even really want it anymore? For others of you, the Four of Swords as a challenge tells you that this is something that, while it has a lot of potential, it will be a slow progress. It will take time. Proper foundations need to be built. This could also be a friend talking to you, or you talking to a friend about being more than that. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is the potential. It's something that has long-term potential with the Ten of Pentacles, but it will be a slow growth. If it's a case of someone trying to come back around and make amends, to heal things with the Four of Swords, especially if you were in a long-term relationship with this person, or you have a family with them, or you were married to them, or are still married. For some of you, you're married. This is a trial separation, and they're realizing that actually they wanna make it work. They want to stick with it. They don't want to go through with the divorce or whatever. Okay, so that's good. Let's get more information here with the Page of Cups. We have the Two of Wands. With the Four of Swords, we have the Four of Cups. With the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords. I'll get one more. Queen of Cups. I'll get your advice. And under the Three of Pentacles, we have the Page of Swords. There is hesitation when it comes to working again with this person, or being with this person, or giving them another chance. There is hesitation. Because there might have been, this might have been an on again, off again situation, or a cycle of you getting your hopes up and then getting disappointed, getting your hopes up, getting disappointed, constantly giving them second chances. And that might be the reason why you separated from them. You took a step back, you stopped talking to them for a bit. And that could be what has made them realize some things for themselves. You have a choice of, do you go back to the old, or do you keep going in the new direction you've chosen for yourself? Because you do have history in this place, in this job, with this person. You do have history. There has been a solid investment made there of time, energy, resources, money. But your decision is around, because it is the Ten of Pentacles. It's like, well, if that's the best that can be, is that enough? With the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Cups. I feel like for many of you, this is a case of giving this person a shot, giving this another chance, choosing to go towards forgiveness, opening your heart again, hoping again. This could also be someone coming back home, moving back in. Because you already have that solid foundation. There's a lot that has gone into it already. And there does seem to be a different aspect to this than before. So they might have actually realized something during this time of separation, of not communicating. Because they're coming in vulnerable. Let's look at your advice cards. We have the Ace of Swords and the Justice card. Whatever they're saying and whatever you're thinking or you're saying or how you're perceiving things is the truth of the situation. And it's time for you to make a decision. I feel like you've been going back and forth about this decision because you weren't sure what is true, what isn't. And so this is coming in to tell you that whatever's being spoken, seen, heard, experienced this week, it is the truth of the situation. You can take it to the bank. You can make your decisions on that, based on that. And with the Justice card, they're asking you to make a decision in terms of what it is that you deserve. Is this right? Is this fair for me? Okay? It's not about everyone else. It's about you. Is this fair for you? Is this what you deserve? Because they are coming up as a page. So while they are learning, there's still more learning to be done. So while there is a strong foundation and a strong basis to the situation, there probably will be more hiccups. And don't get me wrong, nothing's perfect. Nothing's perfect forever. You have ebbs and flows like anything else. But I feel like what you need to decide is, because I feel like you would be okay. You're okay with, you're very realistic about this, right? Nothing's perfect. There's going to be ebbs and flows. That's fine. That's to be expected. But you need it to be different. If you're going to have challenges, you need them to be different challenges, not the same challenge over and over again, because what that means is you're just stuck in that spot. You think you're moving forward, but if you keep hitting the same challenge over and over again, you're actually stuck. And I feel like that's the decision here for you, Leo. Can this be different? Because while for some I see you choosing forgiveness and allowing this person back in or going back into the situation, for others of you, I'm seeing you saying no. You may have had some realizations, but I too have had realization, and I'm going to sever ties here. And a contract and a commitment, because you're realizing that you have been stuck, waiting. You keep giving them chances, and they keep disappointing you, letting you down. And you're realizing you've been stuck for weeks, 4 months, 4 years. And you want to move on. You're realizing that this situation has gone as far as it could. It's already achieved its full potential. This is it, right? The truth of the situation. And you're deciding, well, it's not what I deserve. It's not what I deserve, especially based on all the effort I've been putting in. It has not been equal. It has not been give and take. And I deserve something different. So decisions here for you, Leo. And this could be going on in a romantic relationship. It could be going on with a family member, with a sibling. It could even be going on at work. The bottom line is you have someone keep promising things and failing to deliver. There's history there. However, and you might have stepped away from this. You might have taken some time off or taken some time away to clear your head and whatnot. This person is trying to reach out to you, see where you are, see what can be done, etc. For some of you, I feel like you're deciding to give this another shot. For others of you, I feel like in this time away and apart, you've realized that you've just been stuck in this cycle of giving them chances, getting your hopes up, and then them disappointing you again. And it's time for you to sever ties and find what it is that you deserve. Because this isn't it, okay? So I'll leave that with you. Tell me what it is that you're dealing with, and if the messages help. I hope they do. Okay. Right, and we're gonna move on to Virgo. Hi Virgo, how you doing? As always, be sure to watch the intro as well if you're skipping ahead, and all your other placements. Let's see what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. What is going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? Okay. In the situation, we have Judgment. As the challenge, we have the Page of Cups. In the outcome, we have the Magician. Bottom of the deck, the Ten of Swords. Yikes. Virgo. Flipping heck. Okay, let's break it down. 10 Swords. This is a very painful ending. It's betrayal of any kind. It's ruination, complete ruination, okay? This might have been recent, or no matter when it happened, it's still very much alive and fresh in your mind and in your heart, okay? There's still a lot of hurt there. Now in the situation, we have Judgment. Either you or someone else is thinking, can this be resurrected? Or can we do things differently so that we don't get to this again? The challenge is the Page of Cups. No one's talking. Or the challenge is for someone to just be completely vulnerable. Now in the outcome, we do have the Magician. So I'm seeing some sort of a conversation happening. Not just some sort, a very honest, a very open conversation with the Magician, where everything is put on that table. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, let's talk about it. And to be honest, that's the only approach to have in order for this to have a shot. Everything needs to be addressed. It needs to be a complete refresh to take away the good, the positive, what we want to hold on to and develop, and everything else that got here to be discussed, brought into the open, acknowledged, apologized for, made up for, I don't know, and then released. That's the only way this can have a shot. Because the challenge is there's a lot of love there. That's just what it is, and it's mutual, and it's beautiful. So what the hell happened? Overthinking, I just heard with the Ten of Swords. Overthinking ruined this connection, friendship, whatever this is. Okay, let's get more here for you, Virgo. With the Judgment card, we have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, someone walked away. With the Page of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles, but they acknowledge this could be their happily ever after. With the Magician, we have the Fool, and I'm going to get one more. Four of Swords. One more. Five of Swords. Yikes, man. Under the Ten of Swords, we have the Tower. Oh, my Lanta. Okay, 2 cards for advice for Virgo. And let's get in it. Okay, so with the Tower, there was a very unexpected ending. You could have done this, or the person you were talking to did this. A very unexpected ending. Someone just turned their back and walked away. I feel like there was no conversation. There was nothing. Because for whoever it is that experienced this, that was kind of left behind, it came in out of the flippin' blue with the Tower. Complete shock. Like, how do you go from planning for the Ten of Pentacles to waking up the next day and you're in the Ten of Swords? It's like, what happened? And no, they don't have any clue with the Tower. Okay, so that would feel like the Ten of Swords. Like I say, the challenge is there's a lot of love there. There's potential for happily ever after. Properly happily ever after type of relationship, growing old together, all that. Building together, having a solid, healthy relationship. That's the challenge. But why would that be a challenge? That's not a challenge. That's not much of a challenge, is it? With the Magician, we have the Fool, 4 of Swords, and 5 of Swords. In order for the Fool to happen, like I say, a conversation needs to happen here. There's going to be very honest, a little blunt. Someone's very heartbroken and angry, actually, with that 5 of Swords over what happened. But this 5 of Swords energy and attitude is necessary for the healing to begin. So things need to be acknowledged, said, acknowledged, in order to be healed. And it'll be different for everyone, because for some, this might be too much. The person trying to come back in is like, they know they messed up, but when you start telling them exactly how they messed up and how they made you feel and how angry and hurt you are, it might be too much. They can't handle it, and it might be a complete break. However, things need to be expressed. That's the only way this can have a shot. What do you have in advice? The Hierophant and the Knight of Cups. My Lanta. There's spiritual lessons here. This is a very intense connection. There's a lot of lessons. Your lessons, your patterns, their patterns is what has led to the Ten of Swords, to the Tower. Things falling apart because they weren't built on a solid foundation. You started off on the wrong footing. You started off each in your own patterns, or bringing your past with you into this new connection. And that led to overthinking on both sides, and that led to the break. So the advice is to acknowledge, to learn those lessons, acknowledge those lessons. And they're just again confirming there's a lot of love here. And it's genuine. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it, Virgo? It's a bit of a mess. Because how do you, smack down in the middle of it, you got the Page of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Hierophant, the Knight of Cups. This could be the most beautiful relationship of your life, the last relationship of your life. And then you got all this mess around it of overthinking, of past pain, of past patterns, past burdens, things that have not been said, things that have not been expressed and acknowledged. They just completely smothered this, is what happened. That's what happened. And I know this is very specific, guys, and not everyone's going to be dealing with this. So if it makes no sense to you, just please watch your other placements, okay? But I am seeing this is worth fighting for. This can be resurrected. It can be different. It will feel like a different relationship with the Fool. Even though it's the same two people, they're not quite the same anymore. Okay? After this time of separation and what happened, they're not quite the same. You're not quite the same. They're not quite the same. Because realizations have been had and changes have been made. So the relationship can be different. It can feel like a new relationship. It should feel like a new relationship. But in order for it to be a new relationship, a different relationship, and not end up in the Ten of Swords again, everything needs to be put on the table, addressed, heard, acknowledged, hashed out, whatever. The challenge with that is not being resentful towards each other, but still expressing what you have to say, right? Not turning it into a blame game, not turning it into just wanting to hurt the other when they're coming up to you completely vulnerable. If that can happen, this can be not even resurrected, it can be restarted like a complete new situation that will fulfill its potential. Does that make sense? And it's got loads of majors here, so this could be going on in any area of your life. No matter if I'm seeing it in love, it can be going on in any other area. I'm seeing family dynamics going on here as well, but I'll leave that with you because that's a lot to take in. But let me know if it helps. Let me know if this makes sense to you and if the messages help. Okay? And keep me posted on what's going on in the week ahead for you. Eesh. I feel like I need a drink after that one. Okay. Let's move on to Libra. Hey Libra, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And as always, if you're skipping ahead, also watch the intro because there's some information for you there. Let's see what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Libra in the week ahead. Okay, 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups. Okay. We'll see if they pop back up. What's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. In the situation, 8 of Cups, here it is. In the challenge, the King of Wands. In the outcome, we have the World. I just got a flashback to the Aries reading. So if you could be dealing with an Aries, or maybe watch the Aries reading because you might have Aries in your chart somewhere that could be relevant to you. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Sitting pretty. Libra. The 9 of Pentacles is like you're doing great on your own. This is independence, self-sufficiency. I got it going on. I'm doing great. I don't need anybody. Which is fine. Fair enough. Good for you. In the situation, we have the 8 of Cups. This is emotional detachment. Either you had to walk away from something a while ago, or someone walked away from you. You got left behind, and so you've just kind of closed yourself off emotionally. Focused on yourself, focused on your money, focused on your stability. The challenge, we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, this could be a comeback around, although it doesn't feel like it. For very few of you, it could be. If this is the person that kind of left you, or you left them, if someone left you, they might be trying to come back around and have a new cycle with you with the World card. But if this is the case, they're only doing this because they have seen your glow up. Nine of Pentacles, the World. And it's like, well, why are they coming back now? What, you weren't good enough before? You know what I mean? So just be careful with that. For those of you, I'm seeing this as a new opportunity, a new person coming in, but I feel like you're not interested. You're closed off emotionally with the Eight of Cups, and you're continuing to focus on yourself. But just be aware this might be coming in. For others of you, I'm seeing you deciding to walk away from a regular 9-to-5 type situation and start your own business. It's something you've been contemplating back and forth, and you've had to put on the back burner, and you had to walk away from it several times before. But I feel like this is the time when you decide to give it a shot and to work for yourself, to be the entrepreneur, and it will be a brand new cycle in your life. You could be moving, you could be traveling as a result of this. I'm also seeing moving in the cards, period. Let's get more information here for Libra. With the Eight of Cups, we have the Two of Swords. With the King of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands. With the World, we have the Three of Wands. Oh, okay. Under the Nine of Pentacles, we have the High Priestess. And I'll get two advice cards for you, and we'll look at them in a bit. I am seeing someone trying to come back around. You haven't seen or spoken to this person with the High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles for quite some time, and the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups. It's a true pair type situation. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Romantic relationship. Or a significant connection in your life if it's not romantic. I don't know if there were secrets. I don't know if someone was holding back information or holding back their heart. I don't know if someone was taking more than giving. Whatever the reason, there was someone leaving. You were them. And then not seeing each other, not communicating, blocking each other for quite some time. They're trying to come back. There's still a lot of attraction here. There's still a lot of chemistry here. There's still a lot of whatever it is that you had in common before. It's still there. And like I say, for some of you, the World card and the Three of Wands, for some of you, you have seen this coming. You've been waiting for this. And here it is, it's happening, and it's for you to decide if you want to give this person another chance or not. For others of you, you're over it. You've already turned your back on this. You're over it. If they didn't see your worth and they didn't treat you properly before, they don't deserve you now. Right? What was the saying? If they don't deserve you, no, what is it? You know that saying where something to the effect of, if they can't handle you at your worst, they don't deserve you at your best. I'm paraphrasing because that's not exactly it, but you know what I mean, right? Someone bailed. Someone just bailed. And they left you to struggle. And now they're trying to come back because you're doing awesome. And you're thinking, excuse you? No thank you. You're not on my level anymore. I'm sorry. You leaving, you thought you were hurting me, but you actually did me a favor. Because I had to figure it out, and fast. And I did, and I'm awesome. And no thank you. I don't want you. You don't deserve me. And this could, like I said, could be going on in a romantic relationship, could be going on at work, could be not going on with a business partner, where they bailed when things got tough. But you still had a business to run. You just had to do it by yourself instead of in a partnership. But you did. Guess what? And now you're like, I don't need you. I've been doing it by myself. I don't need you. I don't want you. Have nothing to contribute. Go ahead. Keep going. Let's look at advice. So we have the Fool and the Hangman in terms of advice. For some of you, I feel like this is saying, because I hear vindication, you knew this was going to happen, and this happening is like the final, whatever it is that you needed to close off this chapter, okay, with the World, and then you're going into the Fool. You are, and with the Hangman, it's like complete transformation. It's you seeing this person again will give you a new perspective. It will give you confirmation. It will give you closure. It will make you realize that you don't need them. You knew you didn't, but you weren't sure how you felt if you were going to see them again. Do you know what I mean? And then when you see them and when you talk to them, it will give you that new perspective of, you have no hold on me anymore. You have nothing to offer me. I'm completely happy and at peace and at ease saying no thank you. And you're keeping it moving. Okay? And for others of you, whatever decision you're going to be making here, they're asking you to really think about it, not to be impulsive, not to let your emotions get the best of you, or your pride get the best of you. I will say that with all the fire in here. When you make your decision, be certain that you've thought it through and that's what you want to say. Okay? Because this is just saying don't be impulsive, because you might make the wrong decision. And you might have it right the first time, but it's saying just take some time with yourself with the High Priestess and make sure that is what you want to say. Make sure that that decision has come from a level head and not a hot head. Do you know what I mean? But either way, Libra, you might be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. This is completion energy. I'm seeing you walking away from someone who did not deserve you. They walked away from you. You had to figure it out. You had to level up and fast. You had to do their part as well. And by doing it, you realize that actually, hold on, yes, I can do this. I don't need someone else. I don't need this person. I'm doing it by myself, and I'm actually doing it better than before. And you will have an opportunity to get closure here. You will have an opportunity to have that confirmation of, I don't need you anymore. You have nothing to offer me. You have nothing to contribute. Your best isn't good enough. I can do what you're trying to do. I can do that myself. I don't need you for that. If that's the only thing you have to offer, keep going. Keep it moving. Okay? So you're about to see some big transformations here internally, but also when it comes to career, when it comes to even love life, because you're closing off a chapter and a cycle of that has taught you about your worth, and it has taught you about what you deserve, and it has given you the confidence to be certain in that, so that you can say no to people and not think about it again. And that's important. That's important, because you're not going to be lowering your standards. You're not going to be settling. You're not going to be giving someone the benefit of the doubt over and over again. You will know they're just not on my level, and I just, I'll keep it moving. And trust me, you will meet someone on your level very, very soon after this. Okay? So Libra, I will leave that with you, and I hope it makes sense, and I hope that it helps. But I'm loving that energy, because it's not easy to get to that point. It's so not easy. We're always going to do what ifs, and we're always going to leave the door open because we don't want to make the wrong decision, and we get ourselves stuck that way. And you're not doing that, and it's beautiful. Okay, let's move on to Scorpio. Hey Scorpio, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, and as always, be sure to watch the intro as well as all your placements. The Empress. Interesting. Venus energy. What's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Fool. And the challenge, we have the Hermit. The outcome, we have the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. A lot of majors. We have Taurus, we have Virgo. Some people say Aries with the Fool. You're trying, Scorpio, to walk away from a commitment that is outdated for you. You've been trying, but something's holding you back. With the Hierophant, it could be family. It could be familial obligations. It could be tradition and expectations. It could be society, community pressures. Doing what you're expected to do. In the situation with the Fool, you're different. You're different than these people. You don't believe the same things. You don't function the same way. You don't think and feel the same way. You just don't, you're not a good match. You don't fit in. And there's nothing wrong about that. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you have acknowledged that, and you've been trying to figure out a way to get yourself in a new environment, one that is, you know, with like-minded people. But there's something that you're tied to here that is not that easy to walk away from. It could be family. They just they want you to do what they want you to do. They expect you to do what they expect you to do. How you were brought up, what tradition says, what your culture says. And they are unyielding. And it's a case of, well, I would rather have you support me, or at least respect my decision, versus if I go, you're never going to talk to me again. Because that's not necessary. But that's your view, that's not their perspective, and I feel like that's what the blockage is. With the Hermit, you have been trying to figure out a way to talk to them, to get them to hear you, to really listen to you, to get them to entertain what you're trying to do, what you're trying to say, because you're trying to carve out your own path, but it goes against the norm, it goes against tradition, it goes against what you're expected to do. Or this is just like a very long term type contract that you've entered, and now you're trying to figure out a way to get out of it because it's not what you want anymore. It comes with expectations you weren't aware of before you signed on the dotted line, and now you're trying to figure out a way out of it. Now in the outcome, you have the Ten of Wands, continuing to be burdened by this, trying to figure out to put an end to it and not getting there, not quite. And it's leaving you burdened because you're still trying to do your thing while at the same time trying to do what they expect you to do. We're still trying to plan your own future while at the same time figuring out a way out of this contract. Let's get more information here for Scorpio. So with the Fool, we have the Ace of Cups. With the Hermit, we have the Four of Pentacles. And with the Ten of Wands, we have the Page of Pentacles. Under the Hierophant, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, family, long-term investments, long-term goals. Your advice cards that we'll look at in a minute. Yeah, this is family, or you've been working there for forever, or you've signed a 5-10 year contract, lease, mortgage, and now you're trying to get out of it. You want to follow your heart. For some of you, you could want to be with someone that your family completely does not approve of. They're from a different culture, or they're just different than what they want for you. Different than what they think you should be with. This could also be you following your heart. For some of you, I feel like it's about you decide you don't want kids. And your family is just like, I don't even understand what you just said. That's not, those are not words you put together in our culture, in our community, in our family. You're trying to figure out a way to still maintain a relationship with them while you're doing your own thing. But I feel like you're willing to do that. They are not. You're dealing with someone that's very black and white, very strict. It's either this or it's this. It can be both. There is no meeting in the middle. And that's what you've been struggling with. I feel like you're going to be making some sort of an offer. With the Ten of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, I feel like this is you saying, I've done it your way. I have done what I promised I would do. I have fulfilled my obligations. How about we try this now? Okay, so you're going to them to talk to them in a way where you're saying, I respect you. I respect what I signed up for. I have fulfilled my obligations. I've been doing that. Okay. Doesn't that warrant at least a conversation about maybe trying to do things differently? You're going to be making some sort of an offer like that. Where's it going to go? The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. And the Seven of Wands. You can... I feel like with all these tens and ending energies, this isn't something that can be changed while you're in it. This can change over time, but you have to not be in it in order for it to change. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? Let's look at your advice. So we have the Page of Cups with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is all about your independence, your individuality. Honor that. Follow your own path. Follow your heart. Follow your dreams. I feel like with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups, this is about a dream that you have that your family, your community, your culture, your traditions does not approve of. For some of you, you want to... I'm seeing something where it's like you want to be a YouTuber or something along those lines, and your family is old school, and they don't understand that. They think that's not a career. They think, a career means you have to be a doctor or you have to be a whatever, accountant, and they just can't wrap their heads around it. And there's a conversation around, if you do that, we will disown you. And you've been trying to be in both worlds, and it's left you completely burdened. And you're going to try to have a conversation with them. I feel like they will still be very strict, but that will give you an understanding that, you know what, I have to do what I have to do with the Fool. I have to take a chance on myself, whether you approve of it or not. I hope we can come back to this and address it again in the future and have a different conversation, but for now, I'm not going to let that stop me and keep me stuck when I know what my dream is. I know where my heart is. I know I deserve to be happy, and I know I'm going to take a chance on that. And whatever happens, happens. You can either come around or you don't. It's your decision. I feel like you are going to them very, like I say, you're coming at it from a very practical and rational and respectful perspective. I have done what I said I would. I have respected you. I have respected my commitments. I've done this and that and the other like I agreed to do. Doesn't that warrant at least a conversation about what I want now for myself? And if they say yes, that's awesome. But if they say no, you're saying, well, then that's not what I signed up for. And you're going to turn your back and walk away. I feel like this is a situation where you can't win. No matter what you do, unless you do exactly what they want you to do, you're not going to be okay in their eyes. You're not going to be they're not going to be approving of you, or give you what you deserve. It will always be about them. It will always be about you trying to please them, you trying to, do you know what I mean? And it's just such a burden, and you're seeing that, and you're also acknowledging the fact that you deserve to be happy, and what you want is not any of this. You would rather step on a new path with their support and their approval, but if that's not going to happen, you're still going to step on your new path, and you're still going to pursue whatever this is that your heart is, whether it's about a job, a career, a person, a place where you want to live, something along those lines. Okay, you're turning that wheel for yourself. It's interesting how I placed the cards, because it's almost like they're blended together. So that's what I'm looking at. So it's almost like that hand on the Wheel of Fortune is the Page's hand. So you're turning that wheel for yourself. Okay, Scorpio, so keep up the good work. Change will happen. You deserve this. Don't doubt yourself. And I feel like you are coming to the acceptance that you're not doing anything wrong. You do deserve to be happy. And if these people, group of people, whatever, can't support you, you're coming to the acceptance that I just have to do that for myself then. Okay. Moving on to Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. How you doing? Let's see what's going on for you in the week ahead. Also watch the intro to the video. There's information for you there. And be sure to also watch your placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus sign. What's going on for Sagittarius, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? Sagittarius in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Hermit. In the challenge, we have the King of Cups. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Swords. Yikes. Okay. Sagittarius, you're in your head about something. There's no communication. You're not talking to someone. You're not seeing them. I don't know if you're blocked, they're blocked. Both of you blocked each other. I don't know what happened. You're overthinking something to the point where you're telling yourself there's no point, there's no way, I can't do anything, it is what it is, but you're stressed about it. You can't let it go. In the situation, we have the Hermit, so you could be dealing with the Virgo energy, or this could be you if you have both Virgo and Sagittarius in your chart. And it's looking for answers. Or you might be trying to talk to someone, but they've blocked you and it's not that easy to do. Or you're contemplating, you're trying to figure out if they would be open to communication with the Hermit, because this is like quiet, almost like quiet investigation. So you're trying to figure out, I don't know if from their social media or by talking to other people, trying to figure out in a very subtle way, without giving too much away, figure out if they would be open to a conversation. You could be dealing with a water sign, King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. This is also your challenge, so it's a case of, I feel like emotional maturity might be a challenge for someone. Someone owning up to something also comes up with the King of Cups, owning up to their emotions, or being open and honest about their emotions. I also hear someone doing the right thing might be a challenge, because this is someone holding back emotionally, someone holding back communication, and that's the challenge. That's why things are stuck. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Wands, and I'm going to clarify, but I'm seeing the Ten of Wands as it gets too much to bear to the point where you have to take an action. That Ten of Wands needs to turn into the Ace of Wands, one way or another. Because I feel like this is something you've been trying to drop, you've been trying to walk away from, but no matter what you do, it doesn't stop. You can't stop thinking about it, okay? And I don't know if someone feels guilty and that's what's keeping them from moving on, because it's like, I can't. Either I have to go back, say what I have to say, express myself and get closure that way, or go back and say what I really want to say, which is something I've been trying to avoid saying, but I can't move on. Interesting. Okay, let's get more information here for Sagittarius. With the Hermit, we have the Five of Swords. With the King of Cups, we have the Empress. with the Ten of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, one more. And the Fool. One more. The Knight of Cups. Your advice cards that we'll look at in a minute under the Eight of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius. Here's what's going on. I'm seeing a couple here. And if this isn't going on in your love life, it could be going on in a different area of your life where there's a significant partnership. It could be a business partnership. Or it could be that, you know, maybe watch a different placement. Because I'm seeing King of Cups with, where is she? Where's the Queen of Cups? I just put her down. Didn't I? Yeah. King of Cups, Queen of Cups, with the Fool and the Knight of Cups in between. Someone wants a fresh start. Someone wants a new beginning. Someone wants to start over. Put it all behind you and start over because the love is there and it's beautiful. Someone's been trying very, very hard to walk away, to move on, to not deal with it. It could be you. It could be the other person. But it's almost like they caused pain and they're trying to walk away from it. They caused pain and they're trying to leave someone to it. Not own up to it. Not face the music. Because they feel bad. They feel guilty. Because they were dealing with an Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. It doesn't have to be. But someone who deserved more. Okay, with the Empress. This could be like the end all. You saw this person or they saw you as their partner in life, their counterpart, whatever you want to call it. And there's a case of someone deserved more. I don't know what happened. If someone got spooked, if someone got overwhelmed with the Ten of Wands, if someone started feeling insecure, because someone started overthinking things. And I feel like that led them to feel burdened and that led them to walk away. Thinking, well, that's it. What you've been telling yourself or what this person has been telling themselves, they're so pissed off at me, they would never even hear me out. They wouldn't even give me a chance. They're so angry with me. If I were to see them, they would probably punch me in the throat. I can't even face them. So it's best if I just leave them to it. Don't cause any more pain for them. Just keep going. Just leave it alone. That's what you've been telling yourself, or that's what this person has been telling themselves. Even though you wanted to go back, you wanted to express how you felt, you wanted to say sorry, you wanted to own up to whatever happened, but I feel like you're so scared, or whoever this is, of the repercussions of seeing the damage they did, right? Because it's one thing to know you did some damage, and it's another thing to see the damage you did. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like no matter how hard this person has been trying to walk away and just leave it alone, because it's done, the damage is done, it's done, I've killed it, it's done. No matter how hard they've tried, they can't move on. They just keep coming back to this. They can't stop thinking about it. There's a lot of love there with the King of Cups, Queen of Cups. It is a very strong bond. It is a very strong connection. There's a lot of love. Knight of Cups. And I feel like what this person's trying to figure out is there a way where we could go back, pretend nothing happened, and just start fresh? But I feel like then they think, well, if I were to suggest that, I would probably get slapped in the face. Or they'd probably cuss me out or something. But with the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool, Sagittarius, you're not going to know until you try, is what I want to say. Forgiveness is possible if you go into it with the right attitude, with the right mindset. In other words, be respectful and acknowledge what you did if this was you. And give this person the right that they have to be angry and the right to think and feel and want to say whatever it is that they think and feel and want to say to you. And see where it goes from there. But if you go into it trying to pretend like nothing happened, it's not going to go well. It is not going to go well. Because what happened was unfair to this other person or to you, whoever, whatever, take it as resonates. It was very unfair. It was so not what they deserved. They have been nothing but loving and nurturing and patient. They did not deserve this. They have a right to be upset. They have a right to have their feelings hurt. They have a right to not like you very much right now. But under the hurt, there's a lot of love. So, are you willing to accept the consequences of your actions? Hash things out. Take a bit of an ego hit. Consequences of your actions, right? And then get back to the love, which can happen. Or are you going to allow your ego to hold you back from this? Because you're not going to get very far. I'm just going to keep it honest with you. This needs to be expressed with the Wheel of Fortune. It's karma. You feeling stuck in your head and contemplating all of this and getting back to the same spot is karma, because you keep trying to avoid addressing a pattern, or you keep trying to avoid addressing whatever this is. And you're going to get stuck there until you do. Sorry to have to tell you. Let's look at your advice. We have the High Priestess and the Nine of Wands. You can't hide. You can't hide from your consequences. You staying hidden is what is creating this prison for yourself. You're in a prison, a self-imposed prison that you can get out of anytime by just being open, honest, communicating, being vulnerable. But it's up to you what you want to do. Okay? It's completely up to you. What I will say is, if you're the one causing the damage, you have to be the one to fix it. You can't sit there and wait for this other person to come around. You really hurt them. Let's be honest. Or whoever this is. Whoever caused it needs to fix it. Whoever caused it needs to put their big boy pants on or their big girl pants on. Own up to it. Take whatever backlash. And then just power through. Because there's still a lot of love there. But this person has a right to be upset. They have a right to be heard. And acknowledged. And that's really all they want. They'll forgive you in an instant after that. Do you know what I mean? So something to consider, Sagittarius. Something to consider. And I know that's specific, but again, guys, if it's not your scenario, if it's not your story, just watch your other placements, because it's so clear that it just tells me that someone needs to hear this message. Because you're trying to walk away from something that you're meant to have. But in order to have it, you have to face whatever this is that you're trying to avoid. Face it, go through it, and you can have, really, a very happily ever after with this person. It's a rite of passage almost. So I'll leave that with you, okay? I hope it makes sense. And I hope it helps. But I know it's not easy, don't get me wrong. But it looks like it's worth it if you could do it. And it's like I say, it's a rite of passage. You haven't done this before. You've been trying to avoid it, but Ace of Cups, true love is there for you. It's forcing you to grow up. It's forcing you to do things differently. It's worth it. I'll leave that with you. Okay, moving on to Capricorn. Hey Capricorn, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. As always, watch your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus signs. The Empress. And also watch the intro to the video, because there's information for you there. What's going on for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? In the situation, we have the Queen of Cups. In the challenge, we have the Eight of Cups. In the outcome, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. What is it? What is going on? I feel this week, I've seen all making peace, reconciliations, coming back around. I think it was the same the week before. What is this? Who's doing that? What's going on in the sky? Does anyone know? Tell me. Because it feels like I know there's no, like, Mercury's not retrograde, right? Venus isn't retrograde, so I don't, is it a Jupiter thing going on here? I don't know. Okay, anyway, the bottom line is High Priestess, bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups in the challenge. This tells me there has been a separation, a walking away, a detachment, no communication for quite some time. May involve a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, with the Queen of Cups here. And someone's trying to come back with the Wheel of Fortune. Come back, start over, try again. Take a chance, see what can happen. Let's get more information here for Capricorn. Queen of Cups with the Empress. Now we saw the Empress in your pre-shuffle. Eight of Cups with the Four of Cups. Oh, here we go. Wheel of Fortune with the Tower, and one more. Five of Wands, and one more. The Emperor. The Emperor and the Empress. Advice cards for you. And under the High Priestess, we have the Knight of Cups. Someone has been holding their feelings back, keeping their feelings to themselves. I feel like there is a true pair here with the King, with the Emperor and the Empress. I don't say these kinds of things often, and I don't say them lightly, but it's like a true pair situation, like counterparts, divine counterpart situations. I feel like there is an offer made with the Knight of Cups and the High Priestess after a time of separation, because someone's been patient. Queen of Cups and the Empress, and this could be you, or this could be the person you're dealing with. Someone has been patient. They're like, I'm not going to chase you. I know my worth. I know what I have to offer. I'm not going to chase you. You want to go? Go. You don't see my worth? You don't deserve me then. Go. And that approach has changed something somewhere. Because with the challenge, we have the Eight of Cups. Someone walked away. It's like, it's done. That's what it is. But then when looking back and seeing this other person that they left behind sitting there pretty, unbothered, not chasing, not dwelling, they started to think, Four of Cups, oh crap, pardon my French, did I just miss a massive opportunity here? Did I just mess up by walking away? And they've started doing back and forth in their heads. Should I go back? Should I say something? And they will say something. Wheel of Fortune with the Tower. This is unexpected communication that's meant to happen towards change, towards rebuilding what has fallen apart, but making sure it's more solid this time. I feel like if truth was an issue before, truth not being spoken, things being held back with the High Priestess, because I feel like that's what happened. And before you knew it, there was just a big fat wedge between you. I feel like it's not going to be easy with the Five of Wands and the Emperor. You're going to have to fight for this person. They're going to make you fight for him. They're going to make you work for him. So just be aware. Or this is you, where you're going to make them work for it. Make them prove to you, if this was you that got left behind, make them prove to you that they know your worth and they respect you. Because I feel like while there is a lot of love here with that Knight of Cups and the Queen of Cups, and everyone's aware and everyone's acknowledging that, I feel like it's a case of with the Eight of Cups, they're saying, I don't even care about the feelings anymore. That's secondary. I got disrespected. I got mistreated here. I got taken for granted. I got taken for a ride and taken for a fool. And I don't care how I feel about you. That needs to be put right before we can talk about feelings. And I'm not seeing it in an egotistical way that they're saying this. It's just someone that just completely knows their worth knows what they deserve. They're willing to talk to you. They're willing to hear you out, to give you an opportunity, but they're not going to let their feelings cloud their judgment. Or this is you. Let's look at it, your advice energy. Oh yeah, look, the Ace of Cups and the Two of Pentacles. Your advice, no one's questioning whether or not there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of love here. But with that Two of Pentacles, it's like, is this enough? Is that enough to make it in the real world? Pentacles energy. Practical decisions. We acknowledge the feelings and they're beautiful. Great. Are they enough to have a long-lasting relationship in the real world? Are they enough? We need more. We need something more to ground this relationship. Right? So that it doesn't fall apart. I feel like it was based solely on emotion, attraction, passion before. And then when it came to, okay, how do we incorporate that into the real world? It fell apart. It wasn't grounded. And so I feel like this is a very different conversation. If this has happened before, forgiveness was given quickly and easily because of the feelings that were there. But I feel like what has happened this time is someone has really leveled up, learned their worth, and is now, they may have known their worth before, but they were accepting and compromising and whatever. They've come to the point where I don't care how I feel about you. You need to treat me right. I don't care if I love you till the end of the world. I don't care if, do you know what I mean? I will walk away if you don't treat me the way I deserve to be treated. I don't care about how I feel. I don't care how you feel. I care about what you do. And it's a very grown-up, mature, kind of refreshing type of conversation. But the bottom line is, there's a beautiful connection here. There is. It's like counterpart energy. Things can be rebuilt more solidly, properly, but you need to have the right attitude going into it. They need to have the right attitude coming up to you, depending on who left whom behind. It will be a hit to the ego. But again, it's a case of, we're not talking about feelings anymore. Feelings are not enough. We're not talking about feelings. We're putting feelings aside now. What else do we have going on here? What else can we do? Because what else, you know, we need to have respect. We need to have a plan. We need to have these other things, not just the feelings, if we're going to make it in the long run. And I feel like that conversation's coming. Someone has been running away from this with that Five of Wands, feeling very conflicted, running away. But I feel like they have also come to the realization of, I just need to own things, and I need to do the right thing, and I need to be a grown-up, put my big boy pants, my big girl pants on, and deal with this properly. Because they deserve that of me, or I deserve that of them. And that is what is going to level up this connection and make it the best it can be. Interesting. So Capricorn, I'm going to leave that with you. If this makes sense, let me know. If this is going on in an area that's not romantic, let me know how you're seeing these energies play out. But there's a leveling up that is happening here. Okay? Because it's a case of, I don't care how I feel, I care what I deserve. And that's going to level everything up for you. Okay, moving on to Aquarius. Hi Aquarius, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, and as always, watch the intro as well. There's information for you there, and be sure to watch all your signs. So let's see what's going on for Aquarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. In the week ahead. What's going on for Aquarius in the week ahead? Okay. In the situation, we have the Four of Swords. In the challenge, we have the Chariot. In the outcome, we have the Eight of Swords. What in the world? Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. Aquarius, what are you keeping yourself stuck on? Or who? There's a new beginning that's trying to happen for you. A whole new beginning. But it's different than what you're looking at for or waiting for. And in order for you to have this brand new beginning, you have to completely release whatever it is that you've been stuck on. Current situation, Four of Swords. You've been stuck here for a while, waiting. The challenge, the Chariot. The challenge is making that decision to get going and then getting going. That's been your challenge. You've been stuck. Voluntarily so. Four of Swords, Chariot. And the outcome, the Eight of Swords. Staying stuck. Voluntarily. I'm telling you these things because I care about you and I want you to have the best. Okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat things. And I'm not judging you. Trust me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm going to get more information, but if it's a case of you've been waiting for that job to call you back, or those people to call you back about that job, for these people to decide whether or not you get that promotion, for this person to come back to you, or for this person to choose you, whatever the case is, you have a beautiful new beginning that brings you wish fulfillment, but it's somewhere else. It's just somewhere else. And it's not going to come in until you release yourself from waiting on this thing that's just not happening. Okay, your challenge is to make up your mind to go and then to keep going. Not to keep, you tell yourself you're going to go, but then something happens and you turn around, or you think something happens and it turns, you know what I mean? We've all been there. Again, no judgment. Let's get more information here for you. So with the Four of Swords, we have the King of Cups. With the Chariot, we have the Two of Cups. And with the Eight of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. Crap, okay. Your advice cards. Under the Fool, we have the Knight of Swords. The Three of Pentacles and the Hangman. You've been stuck, waiting for someone to work with you, waiting for someone to choose you, waiting for someone to come to you. And you've been stuck. Your wish fulfillment is away from this. Does that make sense? If you turn your back on what has been stuck, you get to the Two of Cups, which is where I feel you've been trying to get to. But your Two of Cups is not in the place or with the person that you've been stuck on. You might have been stuck on a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You might have been stuck on that job and this is the HR person you're hoping to hear from, or the boss that you're hoping will select you for whatever. But you're dealing with someone who's holding back, who's, manipulative is the way I'm feeling this. They want you to be stuck on them while they keep their options open and they entertain other possibilities. And I feel that energy of push and pull, of when you pull away, this person sees that and they breadcrumb you to stay or to come back. And they've done that several times. And because you really want this, and they know you really want this, they're manipulating you. I'm sorry. I know it's tough to hear. We've all been there, myself included. No judgment. But there comes a time when you just have to take action with the Ace of Wands. Take your power back. And to teach them your worth. I know I deserve this. If you're not giving me this, then you don't deserve me. And walking away with your head held high, not turning back, determined to keep pushing forward. And that's where you get your wish fulfillment. Someone's been promising you a relationship, promising you a new contract, promising you a promotion, promising you whatever. And it's a beautiful thing that they're promising. It really is. Which is why you've been, stuck there. Because it's like, yeah, I really want this too. And if you're talking to me about it, then that's awesome. Because, we both want the same things. But then they keep giving you excuses. Or they keep ghosting you. And you're sitting there wondering. And they're playing games. And I hate this person. And that's a strong word. But it works in their favor to keep you stuck in your head. Because as soon as you work up the courage, muster up the courage to say, you know what, I'm going to walk away, they come back in and they're playing mind games. They're turning it around on you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was busy for 2 weeks and I couldn't send you a message. And you're being impulsive and walking away because of that. You know what I mean? It's that kind of an energy. And then you feel bad, and then you feel like, oh my God, I almost made a mistake. And then you keep holding on. And again, trust me, believe me, no judgment. We've been there, and myself included. But I feel like this is the week where you have to take action. You have to make this decision to walk away, to see this person for who they are. They play games. They manipulate. They're never going to deliver what they're talking about. They can't. It's not, they don't have that resource. Do you know what I mean? Advice energy, we have the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. You need to be that Queen of Wands. I don't care if you're male, female, or a fire sign, or an air sign, or whatever. The Queen of Wands is someone who knows their worth. The Queen of Wands is someone who will stand up for herself. Burn bridges if they're depleting her, if they're less than what she deserves. And you get going, because that new beginning that you've been looking for is in a different direction. Okay? And I feel like there's someone, this Queen of Wands for some of you is someone who has been waiting for you to be available. Because even though you think you're available, everyone sees that you're closed off, or you come across as closed off. Or they know that you're waiting on this other person or this other thing. So as soon as you make up your mind, make that decision to be done with this, turn your back, don't second guess yourself again. This person will come in very quickly with an offer. Okay? And if this isn't someone that you know, it's like it's in the universe. Okay, it's in the energy. As soon as you shift into the energy of, no, I want to go for something new, this isn't what I deserve, you will be headhunted. You will hear from this person out of the blue, because your energy will have shifted into the energy of new and what you deserve, and that's when this can come in. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? Okay, so Aquarius, I'm going to leave that with you. What you want is waiting for you to open up to it. And in order for you to do that, you have to completely walk away, mentally, physically, emotionally, be done with this thing or person that has been keeping you stuck intentionally in your head. Okay? So I hope these messages help you. I hope they give you some clarity or confirmation that you're not crazy. No, you're not making it up. Yes, you do deserve better. Yes, you should walk away. Okay? And head towards new. Focus on what you deserve. And you will not wait long to see it come in. Trust me. Okay? And then we have the beautiful Pisces. Hi Pisces, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. And as always, be sure to watch the intro to the video as well as your other placements. Your Sun, your Moon, your Rising, and your Venus sign. And let's see what's going on for Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, Six of Pentacles in the week ahead. What is going on for Pisces? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead. In the situation, we have the Wheel of Fortune. In the challenge, we have the Star. In the outcome, we have the Ten of Cups. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords. Lord, what is it with, honestly, I don't know what's going on, guys. What is going on in the sky? Tell me, please, if you know. With this healing energy and the comeback around. Ten of Swords, this is a situation that has ended. It's been done. More recently or going further back, but still very much fresh in your memory. It involved either a very abrupt ending, a complete ending, some level of betrayal. It may have thrown you into a bit of depression. It may have ruined you financially. You may have had to move. You may, do you know what I mean? Just ruination. Complete heartbreak. Ten of Swords. Unpleasant, to say the least. First card. The situation, the energy coming in. The Wheel of Fortune. Another 10. Come back around. But this is how we're reading the cards. So we have Ten of Swords, ruination. Misery, despair. Coming back around because it's meant to. Why? Because of healing that needs to happen, that can happen, to where this can be the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Swords can become the Ten of Cups. That's why it's coming back around. That's how I'm reading these cards. Okay? The challenge is healing and forgiveness. And hope. You might have lost hope in this situation completely, in this person, situation, whatever this is that ended this abruptly in such an ugly way and painful. However, if you entertain the possibilities, you can have the Ten of Cups, or you can have the Ten of Cups again with this person or the situation. Let's get more here for you, Pisces. With the Wheel of Fortune, we have the Queen of Cups, your energy, or another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. With the Star, we have the Chariot, Cancer energy. With the Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords. One more, Eight of Swords. You do not see this coming. And the Empress. You do not see this coming. I'll get your advice cards that we'll look at in a minute. Under the Ten of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. You've been doing a lot of healing, a lot of reflection, a lot of spiritual work, or counseling, or therapy, meditation, prayer, or all of the above on yourself since this ending has happened. And like I say, for some of you, it could be 4 weeks ago. It doesn't have to be too far back. For others of you, it can be. You've done healing. You've come back to yourself. Whatever has left you in ruins, through this healing that you've done, Pisces, you're now back to yourself. But you're not back where you started. You're better. You're healthier. You're, do you know what I mean? Refreshed, recharged, a different version of you. Because you've incorporated everything that has happened. You've processed it and healed it. So you've come into your own power. With the Star card and the Chariot as the challenge, there is distance. There is physical distance between you and this person who has hurt you. You haven't seen them. Travel needs to happen. Physical travel. drive or flight, okay, with the Chariot or the Star card. There's also a sense of hope and motivation that is a challenge. You might have lost your hope in the situation, and therefore the motivation to keep working, to keep pushing, that drive to go after things, that drive to overcome obstacles. If your hope can be rekindled in the situation, that will give you back the drive. Does that make sense? But it's coming up as a challenge because, well, we don't know. Can it be restored? With the Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords, and the Empress. There's a change in perspective that is happening here. I feel like for the longest time you have been completely closed off to this person, the situation. Again, either not addressing it, blocking them, trying to block them out of your head and out of your heart, because you were very, very hurt with that Queen of Swords, understandably so. But there's a change in perspective as a result of integrating what has happened and the pain and the hurt and the lessons it has taught you about yourself, because you have leveled up. You're the Empress now. And maybe you were the Empress before, but you didn't acknowledge it. You accepted things you shouldn't have, or less than, or compromised when you shouldn't have. Compromised too much of yourself, gave too much of yourself with the Queen of Cups, depleted yourself. And I feel like you see yourself as the Empress now, male or female, doesn't matter. You see yourself as the Empress, you see your worth, and you're not afraid to say no. You're not afraid to speak your truth. You're not afraid to cut things or people out if they don't match your worth, if they disrespect you in any way. And you're opening up, even if it's just energetically, or you unblock someone. Because you're not the one reaching out, but you're opening up to a conversation should it happen. And I don't know if you're telling someone this or not, or it somehow reaches the other person, or they just feel it in the energy, I don't know. But you will be hearing from them. Let's look at the advice. King of Swords, Nine of Cups, yeah. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. A true pair on the board. A couple that have experienced a breakup, separation, a divorce. They've kind of closed off to each other, at least temporarily. They've detached from their emotions because they were too intense, they were too painful, whatever the case may be. But it's your wish fulfillment, okay? This person is your wish fulfillment. You're their wish fulfillment. With the Nine of Cups and the Star, if you were questioning that, the answer is yes. Yes, you are each other's wish fulfillment. Yes, this can work. Yes, this can be resolved. Yes, this can be salvaged. Yes, this can be different with the Wheel of Fortune. The key is for you to know your worth and to stand in your power. It's not about being mean. It's not about being tit for tat. It's not about looking for problems, looking for red flags, looking for reasons to cut this person out. It's not about that, but it's about having an open heart, but also your eyes open and your head on your shoulder. And when something falls short of what it needs to be, what you deserve it to be, addressing it. Not just leaving it be, not being willing to give more of yourself than you should. Do you know what I mean? That's how you can turn this around. But if you have been hoping, waiting, wondering if you're going to hear back from them, hear back from them, or hear from them, period, I feel like, yes, that's coming in. They might even travel to see you. Or they're going to start off messaging you and asking you to meet them somewhere. because something has changed in you, you have a different perspective now. It'll be different for everyone. And that is what has set things, this change, this turnaround in motion. It's been stuck until now. Okay? So Pisces, you're going to have to tell me what this is about. It's very, very deep healing that is happening here. And with all these majors, there's some very deep lessons that have been learned through this connection, and especially through the breakup or the falling apart of it. And there's more lessons to be learned, but I feel like these are lessons that you can learn together. Something is closed off that has to do with healing for both of you, I feel. And it's like, okay, this time around we're starting off the right way, so it has a chance, has a much better chance. And it can be that 10 of Cups. I'll leave that with you. Let me know if the messages help, if they make sense, how they make sense in your situation. Be sure to watch your other placements. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. I'm going to try to do a mid-monthly video as well. But yeah, hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Thank you for all your support. All the love you send my way, I send it right back to you. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay? Bye for now.